Hey, this is Cam, and I'm here with Dillon Buckner from Riot Games, and we're going to play a game of Legends of Runeterra. What deck have you chosen to pilot, Dillon?
Gotcha. So I've chosen kind of a kind of heavy top end spells matters, Piltover and Zaun plus Shadow Isles combo here.
Right.
So pretty excited about this one. Might be a little slow to get started, but we're going to be a little controlly and really just try and bury our opponent at the end there. So we're just going to replace that. We don't really have anything that goes with it. This is a little too heavy. This will be nice as a backstop, but we really need to find some early action. So I'm going to throw these away. Okay, that is not great for us right now, so we're going to really be... Okay, early Ezreal, that'll potentially do something for us. So,
All right, so spells matter. What does that actually translate to?
Absolutely, sorry. So Ezreal is actually a really good example of this. So this guy, when he hits the Nexus, and he's elusive, so he's got a really great shot at doing that. He's obviously not hitting for much at 3 cost, but he creates a fleeting Mystic Shot in hand. So Mystic Shot being that just kind of standard 2 for 2 damage, or 2 mana for 2 damage, spell in our game, and he's actually going to create a one that only lasts for 1 turn, and then his level up condition is once you've targeted enemy, it's 8+ times. So he's really getting a ton of spells going.
With spells specifically.
Yeah, with spells specifically. I believe that might work on some unit targeting type stuff.
Okay.
But example of how that works, we've got our Funsmith here. All your spells and skills deal 1 extra damage, just as an example right there.
Right.
That top end.
So that's just while she's in play.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
This is, I think the Crush Bot's going to be a good call.
I mean, that's going to match up well.
Yeah,
with
against
the board.
this Katarina over here, the champion. So she's a really interesting character. So when she strikes, she actually levels up, but then you recall her, so she goes back to your hand. So any fan of League of Legends is going to recognize what's kind of going on here, which is that Katarina is known for jumping around.
Right.
And so once she levels up and then you play her back out, you actually ready your attack. So she allows you to basically attack on your off turn, which is just like super versatile.
Yeah.
You're paying a heavy mana cost to do it because every time she's striking, she is recalling.
Yep.
But obviously that's just unparalleled versatility at that point. Cool, so we've come back to our turn. We've got a couple options here. A Drain, we do have the attack. He doesn't have an elusive. I think what we're gonna go for is we're gonna try and get this Ezreal through and then use that Mystic Shot, actually. Yeah, we're gonna try and use that to get through. And if it doesn't, we just still do have our own backup one here from that other Ezreal we drew. Ooh, okay, so let's see. He could block here. So this is a 2/1 elusive. It can get bigger. It's unlikely that it's going to get bigger when we swing in here. Could even just swing with our 2/5. There's not really anything he has that matches up super well against it. And we do have this this Mystic Shot in reserve if we need it. So I think we're going to go with this. Try and get that free Mystic Shot, and then probably use it to knock out this Katarina. So the deck he's got going on here, it appears to be actually one of my favorites, which is a combo of kind of Ionia, cards that care about units hitting the board, so this being a primary example, and then a lot of just fast Noxus aggression. Those two match really well together. A variation on this
a deck that may be a bit slow to get going might be in trouble against something like that.
It could be. We seem to have gotten through here. Yeah, it's possible our opponent didn't quite have some of the the 1-drops to really get started, or maybe he just doesn't know what he's doing.
And we've got some spell mana banked as well.
Yeah, we do. So I think we're just going to go through on this. We feel pretty good about this. One of the keys to Ezreal, again, you really need to make sure that you're using...
So why would he let us hit the Nexus?
So, I mean, his alternative was to block with this 2/1 here,
Yeah.
which was just going to die on its own. If he doesn't have any other things to alter the equation, my Ezreal's going to live through it, so maybe he just didn't want to lose his card in this case.
He might have removal that he can use.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's still going to lose something because I'm going to be playing this. Although he could have a response to this. He's got the mana up, so that is possible. One little fun thing is we're going to cast this out here. Our opponent's going to potentially try and respond. He's not going to. But if he had, we could then cast our own Mystic Shot in response to that again.
Right.
To get it to,
so what kind of response might he have had?
He might have had so there's an Ionian card that I believe costs 2 that gives you either +3 attack or +3 health.
Got it.
So you got the choice between
you just buff yourself out of range.
Yeah, super versatile. So that'd be one example of one that would work there. All right, so our opponent probably didn't like that, thinking about what to do. We could hit this guy, but we'll probably just hold on to it. Again, one of the nice things here is we don't have to worry about losing that last little bit of mana as long as we've got some bankable spell mana.
Yep.
So we're feeling pretty good. We've obviously got the top end I've talked about. Static Shot. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. All right, so we've got Static Shot here. 4 costs. Deal 1 to 2 enemies. The potential for a 2-for-1 is always great, and it draws you 1. Potential for a 3-for-1. Really feeling good about that. Really want to get one of these out when we can, because this just gets disgusting once you've got even one or two of these. Okay, that is a nasty card. We may need to get rid of that immediately. So this is Yasuo, champion. Much beloved and also reviled in the League of Legends community. I can see there would be some potential for him to do the same in Legends of Runeterra. So you see here that when you stun or recall an enemy, I deal 2 damage to it.
Right.
So stun and recall are kind of like non-damaging kind of controlling effects. Yasuo imparts damage to them. Obviously can get really disgusting. And then his leveled up version makes it so that you actually start getting, I think we're going to try and get a Funsmith out. Makes it so that he actually deals his full damage to them. So that gets really gross at that point. As you can see, we have just enough mana here to play out a Funsmith and then get off a 3 damage Mystic Shot, which we're feeling pretty good about.
Yep.
I think we'll probably just take this 3 damage. Really feeling good about having my Ezreal. Oh, looks like our opponent is timid anyway. So let's see how this works out. Oh, so let's just give him the mid-combat disrespect here a little bit, and just skip that and kill his Yasuo for change. Although again, if he was holding on to a buff, no, it doesn't look like he has it, or he's being really cagey about it. So you can see how quickly though this card can get out of hand potentially. Greenglade Duo, one of my favorite cards for the art, if nothing else. Let's check that out. These two, they're ready for anything.
Yep.
Cool, so let's get back here. All right, we feel pretty solidly in the driver's seat, although our opponent does have a very dangerous amount of mana banked up. We could just attack right now, not really a bad call. It's not like we're gonna be able to add a ton of combat damage to the board, and we really would prefer to potentially cast some of these spells. So I think we're actually just gonna go with this. And you know, worst comes to worst, we've got this Drain 4 sitting here. I mean, shoot, we could even, no, we do not have Vengeance mana, unfortunately.
That is really expensive removal.
It is. So removal is a really interesting thing in this game. I think, you know, I've struggled a lot with because I see that, I'm like, that's a lot. I think the way I would put it is that removal is incredibly powerful in this game. Now, I'm not enough of a designer to tell you exactly why that is, but that is ultimately how it's kind of ended up feeling. I think the potential for like trickery and outplay is just really high in this game. So removal is just an incredible opportunity to like remove an opponent's unit from the equation, weaken their whole strategy and everything. So it does need to be priced appropriately.
And from what you guys have said, removal is just more scarce in this game also.
A bit. I think the thing as well is you have a lot more options at the low end and up at the top end for stuff just like that outright kills a unit is where it starts to get a little rare. So I think we're just going to accept this. He just really doesn't want us to have that Mystic Shot there. So you see, you know, that's why he chose not to do that earlier.
I feel like he could have played something else.
It's possible.
Something out to get a trade.
Nine is a lot. I mean, we got to see what he's going to do here. There's any number of horrifying things that could come out with this, and he appears to be thinking. So we'll see. Let's give him the thinking. Okay,
right,
there we go.
Okay,
okay, so this big old guy, Minotaur Reckoner. This guy's a lot of fun. Pretty cool art again over here. You see all of the people he has successfully reckoned. So his thing, start of round, stun the weakest enemy.
Is weakest defined by
weakest is going to be power.
Power, right.
I could be wrong, but I believe that is the case. So this is actually going to stun the weakest enemy. So at the beginning of the next round, if we don't play anything else, that's actually going to take our Ezreal out, which is not great, but not terrible. And we do have the opportunity.
One mana off being able to remove it outright.
So it's okay. We do have the opportunity to play another Funsmith. Shoot, if we get all these Funsmiths out, we'll actually be able to use this, but that's a little pipe dreamy. But 2 Funsmiths is disgusting. We've got Static Shock dealing 3 to 2 enemies here. We're feeling pretty good about this.
Is he likely to have like AoE removal?
In Ionia and Noxus, no. That is so that similarly, kind of with the removal philosophy. I believe there is only one actual just outright like kind of wipe the board in Shadow Isles called the Ruination. Looks beautiful and costs 9 mana. So we're not too worried about that. There are still a number of things that could go wrong. I believe Noxus does have some type of this actually could go very terribly for us. He has some kind of destroy like the lower power units or something, or units with power lower than your highest power guy or something like that. So that could potentially go badly for us. We do have a lot of spell options though, so we could hopefully respond to that kind of thing. We could just hit him with the Vengeance.
We've got another one, and then we keep our board.
I think we want to do here.
I mean, he's got a lot of mana to play with.
Let's just do that now. Let's see what he's packing. We do. That is going to commit us.
Yeah, we don't have
But it feels very dangerous to let this guy sit out.
any real counterplay opportunities.
Yeah,
other than just
we can't
blocking.
we can't swing with our Ezreal because he got stunned.
Yep.
So it feels pretty essential that this guy goes, and we do have the backup, obviously. But again, this is the fun thing. You're just constantly presented with choices. There's just an abundance of choices because every action of yours can be any action, essentially, as far as your resources and cards permit. So I can't tell you that was the right thing to do. I'm definitely nowhere near being able to say that. So yeah, this is articulating a little better. Our opponent is actually playing more of a stun and recall kind of base deck. I thought it was going to be a little more aggressive, like I like to play it. But this is obviously a little bit of a different flavor. So when you stun or recall a unit, grant me +2/+0. So this is obviously a pretty dangerous card to block. As innocent as it might seem right now, it could get very powerful. Okay, our opponent is just hitting this right now. Interesting. I think we're just going to let that through. We're not, we got some life to play with. Not any units I really want to part with at this time.
Yeah, because we can just remove it.
Yeah. Ooh, and that is permanent. It looks like on the +2 for those stuns and recalls. So we're gonna need to watch out for that. That guy can get pretty big. Ooh, baby. Okay, Legion General, fearsome. So he can't be blocked by units with power less than 2. Play, grant me +1/+1 for each unit you've stunned or recalled this game. Okay, so that was a little early to play this because he's only gotten one of those off, so it probably does mean our opponent is hurting a little bit. Karina Varaza. So this is one of those fun non-champion, non-League of Legends champion characters in our game. So this is a whole new character in the League of Legends IP. Really got this cool like biotech thing going on. God, I love that art. And her thing is actually, she's kind of a finisher for us. So when we play her, we're going to discard the top 5 cards of our deck to deal 2+1 to all enemies for each spell discarded because we have these Funsmiths out.
Right.
So if we get this other Funsmith out, this could get truly disgusting. I think we might, actually, Fearsome is pretty nasty here. Let's see what we can do. We've got 9 total mana.
So wait, we could play the Funsmith. Oh no, we need 10 to...
Could do this. This feels pretty good, actually. Man, do we just want to play the Funsmith? I think we do.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I do.
It's like...
I think I really want to play this Funsmith.
I mean, he hasn't been removing our board up until this point, so... And even if he stuns it, it doesn't really matter because we still get the effect.
Yeah, it makes this Static Shock so disgusting. When I'm summoned, give other allies +2 this round. Okay, cool. So this just made this Static Shock. Oh no, I got buffed up. +2/+2, I see now.
All right.
That's unfortunate. Let's see here. We might just want to pass. Again, we can just kind of bank this mana. This is +2/+2 this round, and then we can kind of just respond right away. We could play at the Crush Bot just to give ourselves an additional blocker, but it's not really going to be blocking this fearsome guy, so I don't think we really need it.
I think we just sit tight.
Yeah, I think I prefer the mana at this point. We could swing with the Ezreal. That's not going to do great against that. I think we're just going to pass.
Yep.
Did lose 1 mana, but it's worth it to make sure we got up to that 3 banked. Oh, another Static Shock. We can just cast both of these. Oh, this is going to be fun.
All right.
This is going to be
Now
fun.
we're laughing.
Yeah. Plus, this is I believe this can also target the Nexus as well, so that's just really fun. A little bit of disrespect, potentially.
So do you choose the targets?
Yes, we do.
Great.
Cool. So what do we got? We got 12 mana. We got 12. We got 7 and 5 we could do here. Let's see. I think we're going to do this to hit both of these. And then we're just going to... Gosh, do I just want to do this?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, we might as well use the spell damage while we've got it.
This is pretty disgusting here, what we're looking at. It's gonna... Oh, I should have really blocked. I don't know why I didn't do that. This could really hurt if we... Yeah. I probably should have blocked. Oh, fortunately, he's got nothing.
All right.
Oh, and this is the real payoff when you've got a ton of these out. We've got a True Shot Barrage, and each of the 3 damage ticks gets buffed. So this, which ordinarily does 3, 2, and 1, is now doing 6, 5, and 4
Wow.
to different enemies. So,
All right, so it has to be different enemies.
we're feeling pretty good here. So, ooh. What is our opponent doing? He's behaving a little strangely. I'm gonna save that because I don't really want to overcommit to this just for 2 more damage in case he is, got something crafty going on. And this is one fun thing as well, because I've passed. I put it to him. He at this point, if he passes, the round is going to end. So he's got the decision whether the round is going to continue. Since he's played something, I now have another opportunity, and I think we are just going to sit again. It's just a cheap little elusive one that draws you a card when it comes out. All right. What is our opponent holding?
It really feels like he doesn't have much in hand, hey?
It's possible. It's possible.
Either that or just putting together combo pieces.
Yeah, feeling pretty good about our board right now. So I think we're just going to swing with this. So let's just grab all of these and swing in. If he feels like blocking this, we'll probably just respond to it. So I'm not too worried if he wants to. And he might, his nerve might crack. We're putting him under a lot of pressure at this point.
I mean, let's hope he just plays out a minion with, what's the damage on this? With 6 health and then one with 5 health.
We have all sorts of options. We can Mystic Shot, we can True Shot Barrage, we got the Static Shot, we got a ton of choices now. We got this if we need to. So spells matter, especially, I haven't run into, kind of heavy spell slinging feeling this good, since spell mana just makes all the difference. Like it gives you so much versatility to kind of trade between rounds and like really make certain rounds kind of your point of emphasis where you really go all in on your plan. Cool, so let's see what he's doing here. Exactly. Ezreal's just saying, "What's up, man? What are you doing here?" Okay, so he's doing the buff on this one. Interesting. Sliding over here. I am a little confused. That's a choice to make.
I mean, we're not going to lose
it's a
our
choice. We're just we're gonna go in here. We're gonna get a free Mystic Shot that is gonna do a ton of damage. And so if nothing else, we will use that to blow this guy up. But hopefully, a better target will present itself.
Yeah, this is going to feel like a hollow victory if our opponent doesn't.
There we
do
go.
something big.
Okay, all right, he's got something going on. Ionia Winchester. So I believe this is actually. I'm not the most lored up. I think this might actually be Yasuo's brother. So Yasuo is that champion we saw earlier. When I was a child, I asked my brother, "Does the wind flee or does it flow?" He followed me then for guidance. I follow him now for justice. All right, sounds like he is actually. So he's again one of our named characters in this game. So he's getting 2 stuns off right here. This is gonna be good.
Like I said before, it's utterly meaningless because we don't need those minions for attacking.
I'm trying to be nice to him. I respect what he's doing. But yes, the True Shot Barrage here is going to be utterly devastating, especially because our guys do not give one hoot.
So you actually choose the flow.
Oh yes, and just wait.
That's so good.
Just wait till the effect goes off. The best part too is if he responds to it, we can probably just blow him up with some other spell. That extra 3 bank spell mana makes all the difference. Oh yeah, we actually can cast both a shock and this Mystic Shock. I mean, honestly, we probably I should have just. I can just be killing him via Nexus damage at this point. Yeah,
that is true.
He is.
But if it's got a flashy effect, we've got to see it, right?
We do. True Shot
I just love
Barrage.
how we drew all 3 of what's this minion called?
This is the Funsmith.
Oh,
the Deny!
Oh really? What did he play?
You played the Deny.
It's literally called
Stop
Deny.
a fast spell, slow spell, or skill. So this is one of Ionia's key.
Wait, it's a hard counter?
It is. So it is only against spells and skills in this case. Skills being the abilities that champions or that units apply when they come out.
And how much does Deny cost?
The Deny costs, we're getting 3. We got 3 on that. So this is one of Ionia's ace in the holes.
That's a pretty good counter.
That is disgusting. Cool. So what we are going to do though is to just send it home to him that he is outclassed. We're just going to stack some damage on his Nexus and wait while he figures out how dead he is.
I mean, the other 2 cards are obviously Denies.
That could be, but he's out of mana at this point. And there we go. Okay, so we could let these resolve, which I want to do at this point. Oh, wait, I didn't get all of it to go off. Okay. All right. Looks like we won.
That's good fun. Yeah, fun. It's nice when you get to do the thing that your deck wants to do, right?
It's exactly that. Our opponent didn't quite get there. I think he was having some trouble getting the engine going and maybe drew some cards in the wrong order and everything. But we obviously had a really good opportunity there to just really live our dream. And that's kind of what we're about in this game, especially as it pertains to champions, is just really making sure that champion dreams are realizable.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much, Dillon. And anything else you want to say at the end of the video?
No, absolutely. I hope folks enjoyed checking that out. You can head to playruneterra.com to get more info and to pre-register for a chance at access during our preview patches or later on in closed beta as we head towards launch in 2020.
Awesome. Thanks, man.